Dear students, welcome to my channel, Dr. V.R. Pudili, Professor of Management and Economics. In this video, I am dealing with meaning and definition of money, functions of money, types of money, and classification of money supply in the economy. In the first part of my video, I am dealing with meaning and definition of money. Robertson defined money as anything that is widely acceptable as payment for goods or anything which is acceptable for discharging business obligations. Crowther defined money as anything which is generally acceptable as a medium of exchange and at the same point of time that should be act as measure or store of value. From these two definitions, we understand that money is what money does and it should be widely acceptable as payment for goods and services. Dear students, in the second part of my video, I am dealing with functions of money. There are four functions of money. Function 1, money acts as a medium of exchange. Function 2, money acts as a unit of value or unit of account. Function 3, money acts as a standard for deferred payment. Function 4, money acts as a store of value. Now let us discuss these functions in detail. Function 1, money acts as a medium of exchange. Before the advent of money, there was barter system. Barter system is a system in which goods are exchanged for goods. For the successful implementation of barter system, we need to have double coincidence of wants. That means if I want to sell my pots and buy grains, I should find a person who will sell grains by purchasing pots from me. Because of money, this problem of double coincidence was removed. Money as a medium of exchange separated the act of buying from selling. Because of this, transactions are happening freely. The second function of money is money acts as a unit of value or unit of account. In barter system, there is no common measure for measuring the value of goods and services and comparing the goods and services with one another. With the use of money, with the introduction of money, this problem is solved. Money is used as yardstick for measuring the value of goods and services. You will pay high money, more money if the value of good is high. If the value of good is less, we will pay less money. The third function of money is money acts as a standard for deferred payments. Deferred payment means payment that can be made in future. If we take loan, we have to pay back the loan again. If we take loan in money, we can pay back that loan in money because of the existence of money. Thus, money acts as a standard for deferred payment. The fourth function of money is money acts as a store of value. That means money acts as an asset. This function is known as asset function of money. We can store money as an asset as we keep house, gold, silver, plots, and other assets for using in future. So this function of money is known as store of value function or asset value function. Dear students, in the third part of my video, I am dealing with types of money. In the evolution of money, we can see 8 types of money. 1. Animal money. 2. Commodity money. 3. Metallic money. 4. Convertible paper money. 5. Fiat money. 6. Bank money. 7. Plastic money. 8. Electronic money. Let us now discuss about 8 types of money in detail. The first one is animal money. In the olden days, animals were accepted as means of payments. People used cows, donkeys, goats, tortoises, crabs, fish as money for the purchase and sale of goods and services. The second type of money is commodity money, where people used salt, tobacco, seashells, furs, feathers, livestock, and other commodities as money for the purchase of buying and selling their goods. The third type of money is metallic money. So in this phase, coins made of gold, silver, bronze, and nickel were used. The value of currency was determined by their intrinsic values. That means the value of the coin depends upon the value of the content of the metal. The fourth type of money is convertible paper money. Paper money issued by central bank, which was fully backed up by gold and silver of equal value, is known as convertible paper money. That means money can be converted into gold or silver coins. The total paper notes value will be equivalent to the total value of gold and silver reserves in the country as per this model or type. The fifth type of money is fiat money. Paper money is accepted because of fiat, that is legal order of the government. That means fiat money is a paper money which is not backed up by the gold or silver, that is called fiat money. The difference between convertible paper money and fiat money is that convertible paper money is backed up by gold and silver reserves of the country, whereas fiat money is not backed up by the gold and silver coins of the country, silver contents of the silver reserves of the country. Paper is accepted as money because it is approved by the government. The sixth type of money is bank money. Bank money refers to bank deposits. There are two types of bank deposits: demand deposits and time deposits. Demand deposits are those deposits which can be withdrawn by the public whenever they require money, whereas time deposits are those deposits which can be withdrawn by the public only on the maturity date. The seventh type of money is plastic money. Debit cards, credit cards, prepaid cards, ATM cards, charge cards are known as plastic money. Because of this kind of money, people need not carry huge quantities of money in their pockets. The eighth kind of money is electronic or digital money, which is being used now. Any means of payment that exists in electronic form is called electronic or digital money. Dear students, in the fourth part of my video, I am dealing with classification of measures of money supply. Money supply in the economy can be divided into four variables, namely M1, M2, M3 and M4. M1 is known as narrow money. M1 is equal to currency with the public plus demand deposits of public in banks plus deposits of banks in Reserve Bank of India. Currency with the public means paper money and the money in the form of coins. Demand deposits of public in banks means the deposits of the public which can be withdrawn by them whenever they require money. Deposits of banks in Reserve Bank of India means different deposits kept by different commercial banks and other banks in central bank of the country, namely Reserve Bank of India. The second variable is M2. M2 is equal to M1 plus saving deposits of public with post office saving accounts. The third variable M3 is known as broad money. M3 is equal to M1 plus time deposits with banks. The fourth variable is M4, which is equivalent to M3 plus all deposits with post offices. Dear students, there is another variable called M0, which is called high powered money, but M1, M2, M3, M4 are more popular in dealing with money supply in the economy. Thank you.